And we're back with some more New York Rangers franchise mode in FHM 11. And in the last one, we got started with the year 6 simulation. However, we did not start out great. After 16 games played, we are 8-6-2, fifth in the Metropolitan Division. And that prompted us to move our former backup goaltender, Akira Schmid, who in 7 games played so far this season had an 861. And that was, I believe, contributing a lot to the losses that we had. So we replaced him with Talon Boyko, who we acquired from the Toronto Maple Leafs in exchange for the rights to Quentin D, who was half-star ability, half-star potential. Don't need to worry about him. And then a 6th-round pick, I believe. So we're going to see what Boyko can do as our backup goaltender. And hopefully that will help improve our record as we move forward in year number 6. So let's get up to, I would say, January 1st, and we'll see where we're at. Oh, major injury to Vince Dunn, 1 to 2 weeks with a mild hamstring strain. So the injury to Dunn does mean we have to call somebody up, and that I'm assuming is going to be Lebre. So we'll see how he simulates in his return to the lineup after being sent to the AHL for most of last season. Oh, Suoniemi is out for 2 to 3 weeks. Getting a few injuries here. Oh, okay. Matachuk's back on waivers. After being waived by Columbus earlier, he has now been waived once again by Boston. And to be honest, I'm not sure why Matachuk keeps getting waived, because he has a great contract. His grades look phenomenal. And not to mention, he has 14 points in 15 games played right now. You know what? Just considering the fact that we passed on Matachuk before because I said, you know what, I like our defensive core the way it is. But especially with Miller injured right now for the next 3 to 4 months, I say we claim him. So I have submitted a claim for Matachuk. Let's hope that we get him. There it is. We have claimed Denton Matachuk off waivers from the Boston Bruins. So we'll see what he can do. And he looks to be on the first pair already with Adam Fox. All right, Vince Dunn has returned from his injury. So we'll put him back on the active roster, and we will send probably Lebre back down. I mean, he was good defensively. He had a 65 defensive grade. Oh, wait, we only have 23 players on the roster right now. Okay, we don't have to send down anybody technically. Because usually I carry 2 extra forwards, right? But I suppose we can carry 2 extra defensemen for a little bit. Ooh, Ryabkin's injured. How long? 2-3 weeks. All right, it's not bad. Okay, so we are on January 1st. We're 26-14-3. Good enough for 3rd in the Metropolitan Division. Metropolitan is pretty good this year, at least in terms of the top 3. Or actually, even the top 4. Columbus is pretty good too. And we are 8th in the league. So let's take a look at the player stats. In goal, you have a .905 save percentage for Luukkonen in 19 games played, and in 19 games played for Boyko. All with us, he has a .912. So Boyko, so far at least, looks to be a good pickup. On defense, you have Fox with 34 points, and then you have Bachvist with 31. Matachuk with 21 in 32 games played, 7-17 for us. Then you have Dunn with 16, Gerard with 12, Lundqvist with 11, Väisänen with 9, Lebre with 3 in 9 games played, and Miller, of course, with that 1 game played, still going through his major injury. And at 40, you have Nadeau with 53 points in 43 games played. He has been fantastic as a first-line center so far. Then you have Ratcliffe with 45 points in 43 games played, Tomek with 36, Hedl with 32, Ryabkin with 27, Artamonov with 26. So Artamonov definitely rather slow this year compared to last year. Kakko with 24, Sardarian with 23, Yeko with 21, Fiala with 10. Then you have Geeky with 8, Suoniemi with 6, Marinochkin with 5, and Soto with 2 and 15. And it's not like Artamonov's on the second line either. He's on the first line with Nadeau and Hedl, so that makes it even more curious as to why he's struggling so much compared to last season, because Nadeau's up there with 53 points, and then Hedl is at 32. And you know what? Ratcliffe is probably normally on the first line with Nadeau, considering the amount of goals he has at 28 rather than Hedl. But I would have thought Artamonov would be right up there with them. At least he's physical, so he's still useful, even while he's in a slump. But still, he should be getting a lot of goals, because he had 41 last year. So as of right now, we're 41 games in and only 9 goals. Jeez. That is, talk about a drop-off. But besides Artamonov underperforming, we are doing very well as a team, so I can't really complain too much. Now let's check the team stats. We are 8th in goals for per game with a 3.79. Goals against per game, we are also 8th in the league with a 2.95. Face-offs, we are 22nd in the league with a 49.7. Power play, we're 2nd in the league with a 27.4. And penalty kill, we are 15th in the league with an 80.1. So once again, overall, very good. That trade for Boyko definitely helped. And for the most part, we're looking pretty good right now. Once again, I do wish that Artamonov would be doing a bit better, but there's still time left in the season. We're only halfway through. So let's make our way up to the trade deadline. Oh, and Ryabkin is back from his injury. So now we are going to have to send somebody down. And I think that's going to be Soto with that 50 defensive grade and does not get too many points. So I will send him down to Hartford. And Ryabkin back on the active roster. Oh, Matthew Soto has been claimed by Colorado. I mean, maybe I should have offered him out on the trade, but oh well. Oh, okay. LeBray's been struggling again. He's down to a 55 defensive grade in 15 games played and 5 points. So we'll send him back down to Hartford. His development has definitely been very slow and very shaky at best, unfortunately. All right, we are at the trade deadline of year number 6. We are 38, 21, and 4. Good enough for 3rd in the Metro, behind New Jersey and Philly. And we are 8th in the league. So let's get a look at the player stats. In goal, you have a .915 save percentage in 37 games played for Talon Boyko. So far, he's proved to be a very good trade acquisition from Toronto, but for basically nothing. And then Luukkonen in 22 games played, he has barely played since the Boyko trade with a 905. So Boyko really has taken over here, at least so far this season. We'll see what he can do in the playoffs, assuming coach is sticking with him. Then on defense, you have Adam Fox with 48 points, Bachvis with 43, 33 for Matachuk, and that is 19 with us in 35 games played. Dunn with 22. 14 for Lundqvist and Gerard, 12 for Väisänen, 5 for LeBray in 15 games played, and of course Miller still recovering from his injury, but he should be back by playoff time. And at forward, you have Nadeau with 70 points, Ratcliffe with 60, Tomek with 53, Hedel with 51, Ryabkin with 41, Artamanov with 35. So Artamanov having a very slow season this year compared to last. Only 12 goals so far in 55 games played. Definitely a big slump for him. Then Kakko with 30 and 63. Sardarian with 28. You have 27 for Yeko, 15 for Fiala, 13 for Geeky, 11 for Suoniemi, and 10 for Marianochkin. Now let's get a look at the team stats. Goals for per game, we are 8th in the league still with a 3.6. Goals against per game, I believe has gotten better. Yes, indeed, 2.89. We are 5th in the league for that. Face-offs, we have gotten better at that, 50.6, 11th in the league. Power play, we are 3rd in the league with a 25.7, and penalty kill, we are 19th in the league with a 78.4. That's gone down a bit. But overall, I have nothing to complain about. Once again, I do wish Artamanov would be scoring a bit more. He's having a very much a down year. But before we advance past the trade deadline, I do want to see which players we're going to be re-signing here, as Ratcliffe needs a contract. Hedel, Ryabkin, Tomek, Dunn, Matachuk, Sardarian. Yeah, quite a few players here. So Matachuk wants 6.6 for 3 years. Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, but I don't think we're going to be able to afford all these contracts. Lundqvist only wants 1.9. However, he's not been doing too well this year as far as his defensive grade. 14 points in 51 games played. Gerard, we are definitely not signing. He wants 8.5 for 3 years. I mean, he's already making quite a bit with 6.85 as a 2-star ability. I mean, he's good defensively, don't get me wrong, but that does not justify that kind of price. Boyko, we may very well have to re-sign right here, right now. He only wants 1.6 for 2 years. I will, with the way he's been playing as of late, I will definitely do that. I will give him 1.65 for 2 years. Sardarian, what do you want? 3.8 for 3 years. For a player of his talent level, that's definitely fair. It's just I'm contemplating about everybody else because we have so many contracts coming up this year that I don't want to sign somebody right now unless I'm positive that I want them to be part of this team's future. Vince Dunn, who's 33 years of age, wants 8.6 for 2 years. What is he currently making? 7 mil, I think. Yeah, 7.7. I mean, he's a good simulator still, but I think I'll hold off just given his age. Hedel at 51 points this season. He's certainly still very much a good player. 7.8 for 3 years. He's currently making 6.35. I do like Hedel, but I think I'm going to hold off for right now. I also do like Ratcliffe a lot. He's one of our leading scorers. He's wants 6 mil for 3 years. I would say at his production level, that's definitely worth it, but I want Tomek and Ryabkin to sign first, I think. Just want to get them out of the way first. So Tomek, I will start at 3.5 with you for 5 years. All right, I got him down to 4 mil for 5 years. We'll definitely do that for him. And then Ryabkin wants 4.5 for 3 years. Yep, we will do that as well. Unfortunately, Ryabkin's not coming down as much on his price. All right, we got him down to 4.13. I will do that. So let's advance 1 day prior to the trade deadline and see how much we have left on our cap hit for next season. 25.3 is what we're currently at. And we still have to sign Ratcliffe, Hedel, Dunn, Matachuk, and Sardarian. Oh, wait, hold on. I just thought of something. Is that counting? Is the cap for next season counting Miller? Like if I put, for example, if I put him back on the active roster, does that change? No. Okay. So it does, that does take Miller into account. Okay, good. So I'll put him back on the injured reserve until he is ready to go. And Ratcliffe, I do want to sign you. I'm going to try to take you down to 2 years though. So I'll start at 1 year, hoping that you will counter with 2. He really wants that 3 years. I'm up to 6.65 right now for 1 year. And he is bringing his price down to 5.81 for 3 years. Yeah, okay. I don't want to mess around too much. All right, I'll try to take down his price a little bit more then. Okay, I got him down to 5.76. Yeah, I mean, just given his production level, he's point per game player right now. So yeah, that's a good deal for him. We're just gonna have to be careful with his regression as he gets toward 33, 34. As for Heedle, he wants 7.8. I only managed to get him down to 7.62. I mean, just given his consistency and production level, I would say he's worth it. He did very well last year in the playoffs too, 17 points in 17 games played. So I think I will do this for Heedle. And that puts us at nearly 12 mil in cap space for next season. Matachuk and Dunn and Sardarian still have to be signed. Yeah, I think somebody's got to be moved in the offseason. I think we could probably trade Geeky in the offseason. His production relative to his salary has been a bit underwhelming. He's only got 13 points right now in 40 games played. And it's not like he's even a hitter either, only 30 hits. So I'm not going to trade him right now, but I will place him on the trade block to remind myself to move him. So that's 5.4 that we can clear up in order to re-sign Matachuk. So, you know, I think I will sign Matachuk now. There's a chance we're going to be releasing Dunn in the offseason, just given that Matachuk is 8 years younger. And with Andre Miller coming back soon, that'd be 8 defensemen. And obviously, long-term, I would rather hold on to the 25-year-old than the 33-year-old. That being said, Vince Dunn is still very good, so I don't want to just trade him right now, you know? We're definitely going to need him for the playoff run. And I was able to get Matachuk down to 6.51 for 3 years. And now I think with that, we will advance through the rest of the regular season. Oh boy, Ryabkin, major injury, 2 to 3 weeks, sprained thumb. And on March 27th, Andre Miller is finally back in the lineup after a nearly season-long injury and only 1 game played. So let's get him warmed up for the playoffs there. And he will be on the third pair with Lundqvist, it seems. And Ryabkin is also back from his injury. So for the first time this season, we have a full bill of health, and let's go into the playoffs. All right, we have finished the end of the regular season. We finished 48, 26, and 8, 104 points, 3rd in the division, and 6th in the league. Let's check the player stats. In 52 games played, Boyko with a 908 save percentage and 6 shutouts. Love to see it. And Luukkonen in 26 games played. Poor guy barely played after we traded for Boyko with a 909 and 2 shutouts. So I'm assuming it's going to be Boyko going into the playoffs here. Then you have Fox with 61 points on the back end. Bachquist with 52. Then you have Matachuk with 38. 24 of those were with us. Dunn with 29. Lundqvist with 20. Väisänen with 18. Girard with 16. LeBray with 5. And Miller with 1 in 5 games played. And at forward, you have Nadeau with 87 points. I believe that is his new career high. Ratcliffe with 84 points, 47 goals. Tomek with 69. Heedle with 61. Artamonov with 52. So he picks that up a little bit towards the end of the regular season, but still definitely nowhere close to the past couple of seasons. So hopefully he can get back to form next year. Then Ryabkin with 46 in 65 games played. Kakko with 42. Sardarian with 37. Yeko with 33, Fiala with 19, Geeky with 17, Marinochkin with 13, and Suoniemi with 12. And now one more look at the team stats. Goals for per game, we finished 8th in the league with a 3.54. Goals against per game, we finished 4th in the league with a 2.98. Faceoffs, we finished 7th in the league with a 51.2. Power play, we finished 2nd in the league with a 26%. And on the penalty kill, we finished 22nd in the league with a 78%. And with that done, let's see who we have in the playoffs. I believe it will be Philly, as yes, indeed. So obviously last year we dominated Philly in convincing fashion, especially that last game. I believe the final score was 10-3. So I would say we definitely annoyed them at the very least with that game in particular. So I'm sure they will be looking to get back at us. So with that, I'll leave you guys off here. And the next one, we will go through the playoffs of year number 6 with your New York Rangers.